Let's look at the DA, which is the development approval, or PP, which is the planning permit in Victoria. Let's look at what the process involves. This is our second. This is our second stage in that. So the first thing that you got to do is engage a surveyor. And what does a surveyor does? It'll give you a feature or a re-establishment survey and a contour survey that tells you exactly where the site sits in relation to the street, in relation to the neighbor and everybody else, so that the architect knows exactly what the dimensions of the site are, what's the fall on the site, and where does it actually sit. Second thing you got to do is engage an architect, and talk to a builder. Talk to a builder, get their feedback on design, identify and explore economical construction alternatives. So when you go to an architect, that's around the same time you go to an architect and you engage, and you also talk to a builder, how that can be, how you can save cost while developing whatever you are planning to develop. Engage a town planner. This happens only for larger projects where the architect will tell you whether or not he can handle the town planning aspect of it. And it's good to have a town planner on your side if you want to deal with objections. And I'll give you an example here. And if the council opposes the development, it's good to have an expert town planner that can understand all the rules, regulations, and the risk codes, and what is possible and what is not possible. I'll give you an example to deal with objections, and we've gone through back and forth with this a few times now, but have a look at this. We had a group of vigilantes, so to speak, objecting to this my beautiful no money down deal. We had this objections, but now we've gone over that, and everybody is happy. But I just wanted to show that these people distributed these flyers everywhere, so they could drum up this hype, and they could drum up other supporters who would come in with them and object to the development. Urban planner, only if required for very large projects. Pre-lodgement meeting. So basically, you start with a surveyor, get the site establishment survey, re-establishment survey, and the feature survey, and whatever you need. You give that survey to your architect. The architect engages a town planner if they require, or an urban planner for very large projects. So 95% of the time you probably wouldn't engage an urban planner. And then you give your architect a brief of what you want, and then they go for a pre-lodgement meeting with the council. So what the whole idea of a pre-lodgement meeting is to try and see where the council is at with respect to your development. Are they favorable? Are they not favorable? What all can they suggest that you incorporate, so that if you incorporate what they are suggesting, and when you lodge your application, chances are that the council will come out in your favor. So get general advice and cautions that you got to be careful of, and what after you receive the permit from the council. In Victoria, what happens is the council issues an NOD. NOD is called Notice of Decision, and that Notice of Decision is active for 21 days. It's called, it's not active, it's like a cooling off period for 21 days, and within those 21 days anyone can object to it. If they object to it in that cooling off period, the matter's out of council's hand, and it usually ends up in WCAT. So that's what happens, and you get all sorts of permit conditions, and in the next video we'll look at all sorts of different permit conditions that are involved when you get a planning permit. So town planner compiles a report based on drawings provided by the architect, and for smaller projects an architect can issue the letter of compliance showing how the design conforms to council's planning schemes. So that's when we are trying to engage a town planner and an architect. So basically these are the steps, and you can get to the planning permit process. However, for smaller developments, you're looking at least $30,000, which is basically a 2 townhouse development or a 3 townhouse development. you're looking at spending at about $30,000. Anything bigger, I'm talking about Victoria because everything is expensive in Victoria and Melbourne. So that's the ballpark figure. So in the next video we'll look at all different kinds of permit conditions, because there's a lot that I want to cover in the kind of permit conditions you get, because you've got to really read your planning permit that the council issues to you.